So good evening, everybody. I believe we can all hear me, right? So yes, so we are supposed to start now. We want to use this opportunity to welcome each and every one of us to day two of the final course bootcamp. I want to believe we can all hear me. If you can all hear me, I want you to drop a fire emoji. Uh, okay. Yeah, I believe we can still hear me, right? All right. So we want to use this opportunity to welcome each and every one of us to the day two of this particular bootcamp, the final quest. If you can hear me, and if you are joining on YouTube, I want you to drop a fire emoji for day two. All right. I want you to drop a fire emoji for the day two. I want you to drop a fire emoji. Those of us that are joining on YouTube, let us know if you can see. If you can see, all right, drop a fire emoji. We have over 200 people on YouTube, and Zoom is masked out already. All right. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we all know the drill, right? We know the drill. You need to go, we need to share the link in 1 minute, all right? All right. So share the YouTube link because Zoom is marked out already. All right. So Zoom is maxed out already. Zoom is maxed out already. So I want us to share the link across board. All right. Share the Zoom link across board. Share with your friends and your family. So let's just do this in 1 minute. All right. This is 8:05. And in 1 minute, I just want us to copy the YouTube link. Those of us that are on Zoom, copy the YouTube link. All right. And share across board with your friends and your family. All right. Share. So let's just do that in 1 minute. Let's do that in 1 minute. All right. Don't forget, one of the criteria for us for you to be able to qualify for one of the accounts that you'll be getting from our sponsors is your active participation. I mean, we want each and every one of us we want to ensure that everybody is actively working, actively um, participating. All right, not passively but actively. So each and every one of you, I wanted to share the link across. So let's just do that for 1 minute now, and finally, let's just do one more thing and finally, let's do this one more. So I want us to take a screenshot, all right? For those of you that are on Zoom and those of you that are on Twitter and on YouTube, I want you to take a screenshot, make a tweet for the day two final quest day two, and just make a tweet and hashtag final quest 2026 hashtag SLK. You can tag Kelvin King, you can tag myself, just make a post, make a tweet, all right, and share the YouTube link across. Make sure you add the YouTube link as well. Make sure you're adding the YouTube link, and let's do that for the next 1 minute as well. So let's go, let's go, let's go. And as we are doing that, you can also, drop some fire emoji, drop some fire emoji. So tonight it is an honor. We all have, Boss Kelvin King in our midst. All right, it's really going to be an amazing time. All right. It's really, really going to be an amazing time tonight. One of the things I said is that none of the speakers will be holding anything back. I mean, you can feel the energy from yesterday. All right. We are going to be pouring into each and every one of us. I mean, the investment of all the speakers into our personal trading journey and life is going to be so profound. I mean, nobody's going to be holding anything back. All right. And never forget, I mean, big shout out to all our sponsors. Um, we have Goat Funded is sponsoring. We also have Mech Funded. We have Blueberry. We have Equity Edge. So big shout out to all our sponsors. W's GFT in the chat. W's Equity Edge. W's Mech Funded. W's Blueberry. Let's go. All right. Big shout out to each and every one of them. So Like we said, the opportunity is going to be equally distributed. And this is only going to be going to those that are actively participating. All right. We know how to see those that are actively participating across all our social media platforms and even those that are actively participating during the live stream. All right. We are paying attention. We're really paying close attention to everyone that is actively participating. So that is one of those things you need to know. All right. We want to see your notes. We want to see your notepad. We want to see the key points that you took from that day. And we have people that are working with us that are actively checking across all our social media platforms. All right. How you actively engage each sessions and all of those things. All right. So once again, big shout outs to our sponsors. They don't want us to just equip us with only the knowledge. They want us to also equip each and every one of us with equity, something to be able to um, put this knowledge into practice or put it into work. All right. So big shout out to our sponsors. And once again, my name is Fortman, and we have Boss Kevin King with us tonight. It's going to be day 2, and it's going to be, we are adding more blocks. So yesterday we laid the foundation, we added a block. Today we're also going to be adding more blocks to it. We're going to be adding more blocks every day until the final day. All right. And until the final day. So, Boss Kelvin King, are you with us, sir? Are you ready for us tonight, sir? Are you with us, sir? We are ready to receive from you. We're
Yes,
ready
yes.
to learn from you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right.
I'm
So,
with you.
yes, you can. So, each and every one of you, before it starts to share screen, I want us to send, I want us to bond the chat with some fire emojis and say W Kelvin King in the chat. W's Kelvin King in the chat. All right. This is one of the best person you can ever learn from. He's one of the best person you can ever learn from. He's really an amazing person. One of the best that you can ever learn from. So W's Kelvin King in the chat. W's Kelvin King in the chat. All right. So let's all welcome Kelvin King for day 2 of the Final Quest Bootcamp 2026. And don't forget the housekeeping rule. Please turn off your mic, turn off your video, just mute your mic, and let's all have a wonderful time. All right. So I'm also going to be in class just like every other person. Yes. So over to you, Kevin King. You can share your screen once I start the recording. Thank you.
All right, all right. Thank you so much. And I want to sincerely thank everyone that made it here. Uh, it's a pleasure to be speaking to you this evening, and I hope that at the end of this class, you are going to see trading from a totally different angle from what you used to see it from. Can you hear me? Please just drop any reaction. If you can hear me loud and clear, you can drop any reaction. There is something I really like to do before I proceed with any session I want to do. First, my name is Kevin, and a lot of persons know me as Kevin King. Now, something I really like to do is I like to share a piece of advice for my dear friends before I go ahead with any session I'm trying to run. Now, it is simple, and as usual, something I always preach about is patience. I don't know this thing more than you. I don't know it more than you. There may be a lot of persons here that really know this SLK more than the way I do, but the only difference is how we apply patience. That might just be the difference. And something that might be holding you back from profitability could just be patience. But one good thing about SLK is that this strategy is strictly built on patience. It is a process whereby you cannot you cannot do A and do C. You have to do A, do B before you move to C. This evening, I'm not going to be spending too much time on the chat with you because, like I said before, it's already something you know. But I'm going to share it with you. Probably you might have not been seeing trading from this angle, but at the end of this class, I'm very sure a lot of us here will take out a lot of positive from it. I just want to start with a little story. I just want to start with a little story. But before that, do you know that uh, someone that is addicted to smoking someone that is really, really addicted to smoking, is it possible for that person to break free from smoking? Do you think it is possible? Um, I guess a lot of persons will say yes, it is very possible. Although it will be very, very difficult. But at the end of the day, it is very, very possible. Before the end of this class, you know why I made that statement. But there are there are two farmers. One day, both of them decided to plant crops. So the first farmer, after planting his crop, the first farmer, every morning he goes back and dig them to see if they are growing. Every day he goes back to his crop, dig them out to see if these crops are growing. Meanwhile, the second farmer, he plants, then waters consistently, make sure he protects the soil and um, make sure you water his plants. Now, during the harvest season, who do you think is going to harvest his crop? Is it trader A or trader B? Now, remember that the first trader, after planting, every morning he goes back to dig out the crop to see if they have started growing. Now, remember that that first farmer that he planted with his own hands, but because of his impatience, he used his own hands to destroy whatever he planted. When it's time for harvest season, do you think he'll be able to get something? Definitely not. He'll not be able to get something. Now, the essence of this story is that whatever you do today, whatever you learn today, don't allow impatience to make you destroy it. No matter what you learn, no matter who you learn from, if you are not patient, if you are not patient, at the end of the day, it's like you destroying what you have planted with your own hands. I hope and I sincerely believe that a majority of us here, or if not all of us, we don't want to be like that farmer who planted and destroy whatever he planted with his own hands. So because of this, whatever we are going to do today, to see the results, we have to be patient. Like I said before, it's not something new, it's something you already know. Now, let me share my screen. Let's get into the deal of today. Yesterday, we learned the very basics, which is the basic market structure and advanced market structure. Now, today, we are going to see and learn how we can build our bias properly. I said what? How we can build our bias properly. I'll be sharing my screen with you and then we'll just take little things on it. So let me share my screen. Uh, can you see my screen? You can just drop a reaction if you can see my screen. Okay. So let's go. Now, before we get into that properly, I want to make reference to something. I believe that a lot of us here, if not the majority of us here, at a point in our life may have studied the the SMC method of trading. And then during that SMC method of trading, we learned that something like this, and then we learned that when we get a very first break like this, it is something known as change of character. CHOCH, yeah, change of character. And then we get a BOS follow. So when we get a double break, first one is a change of character, and the second one is a BOS. Now, I'm going to explain the difference between these two, and then we are going to see how to interpret it when it comes to building our bias. There is something I want to clarify. I know a lot of persons here that trade SLK. So I'm just bringing this part so that when I'm explaining it further today, will not be confused, and it is going to bring a lot of clarity to what we have, what we already know, and what we'll be trading. Now, the SMC method is that usually this first break is a change of character, and now this is a BOS. Now, what this guy does, this first break, what it does is that it tells us that there is a possibility of a change of direction in the market. Note the keyword possibility. So what it means is that if we get the first break like this, it might, price might continue to go up, or price might just do a breakout and then it will fail. But when we get a BOS here, second break, some people usually call it second break, it simply means that the direction has changed. It's more like a confirmation to the change of direction. But the very first one is just an indication that price might change in direction. Why this is what gives us a confirmation of change of direction. Now, I hope this is clear. So let's forget about this one now. We'll come back to it later. So now, when it comes to building of bias, there is something that we really need to do first, and which is we consider the direction at which the market is going to. We consider what? The direction at which the market is going to. And that is the reason why we learned basic market structure. We understand that when price is breaking to the downside, it is where a bearish market be based on the basic market structure. Now you are going to see how we build bias. We apply both the basic market structure, the advanced market structure, the liquidity, the key level, and everything. We are going to see how we apply it properly when it comes to building of the bias. So now, so when we go into the chart, the very first thing we want to look at for is what? The direction of the market. Now, how do we look for the direction of the market? That is where market alignment comes in. That is what? Where the market alignment comes in. So when we go into the chart, the first thing we do is not to look for other block, not to look for a sweep of liquidity, not to look for any other thing, apart from looking out for the basic market structure. And we do this by using the something called alignment. Now, what do I mean by alignment? Or let me say multi-time frame alignment. Multi-time frame alignment. Let me make this bold. Now, what is multi-time frame alignment? It simply means where two or more time frame or more than one time frame are moving in the same direction. Now, I'm going to tell you how me I do it personally. In most cases, I use the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hours for my multi-time frame alignment. The weekly, the daily, and the 4 hours. Now, when these 3 time frame are facing the same direction, then I can build a bias from there. Remember, we are not building bias yet. We are just checking for if we will be able to build a bias. Now, when can we be able to build a bias? We can be able to build a bias when we have a multi-time frame alignment. Now, multi means more than one. So you on your own, you may decide to say, okay, I want my multi-time frame alignment to be 2-time frame. I want my own to be 3-time frame. I want my own to be 4-time frame. Does not matter. But for me personally, I do 3-time frame in one direction. I usually start from the weekly, the daily, and the 4 hours. Now, in a sense, if I have weekly time frame, most recent breakout on weekly is to the downside, weekly, and then I have most recent breakout on the daily to be the upside. And then I have most recent breakout in 4 hours to be to the downside. Based on what I have explained, will I be the bias? Based on what I have explained, will I be the bias? Definitely not. I'm not going to be the bias. Now, so when should I build a bias? I will build a bias when I allow this guy to flip. So now we have weekly to the downside, daily to the downside, and then 4 hours to the downside. So can I build a bias now? I'm looking at the comment section. I can build a bias now, Abby. Good. But if it were to be you, will you have this patience for this 3-time frame to align? Now, these informations are actually what makes me a good trader today. These are just the key informations. You already know the daily reject daily thing. But before you go into that daily reject daily, what is your checklist? Do you have a checklist? Now, what do I consider? Multi-time frame alignments. So, a situation whereby the day has not aligned with the weekly time frame, it means that I am not going to build a bias. So what I can do there is that I can set my alert to where the daily breakout is going to be to the downside. Whenever it triggers, then I'll pay attention and follow up. Have you seen step 1? Or should I call it behind the scene of building bias? So basically, this is what we consider first before building bias. Now, this is what me personally I consider. And this is why I am teaching you. So you may say that you want to do 2-time frame alignment. It's your own cup of tea. You may say that you want to do 4-time frame alignment. Very fine, very good. But first, this alignment is what shows you where the basic market structure is heading. Basic market structure where it's heading. Now, I like as I give you the graphical representation, I also like to show you live example on the chart. Now, remember, this is what we do before building our bias. This is what we do before building our bias. So now, let's check out a very nice pair that gave a very clean stuff like this. I think we had it on BTC, but we are going to look at BTC later. We are going to look at BTC later. I think we also had it on GBP CHF. Yeah, the one on GBP CHF is very clear, super clean. So let's go to GBP CHF. I'll check. So if you have another device with you, you can just do a follow-up of what I'm about to show you. So GBPCHF. Sorry, GBPCHF. So we are going to be focusing on 3 time frame alignment before we build a bias. No, so what do we do? What do we do? So we go to weekly time frame first, and then we look out for the most recent breakout on weekly. The most recent breakout on weekly time frame. So one of the best way you can look out for it is using the line charts. As a beginner level, using the line chart. So now if you look at the line chart, DBPCHF, what do you see? Recent action. Most recent breakout is to where? Based on the recent action, the most recent breakout is to where? The downside. So weekly is on the downside. Let's say we start our analysis from weekly time frame. I will come here, very easy to spot, weekly downside and all of that. So now let's move into daily. What do daily have for us? Now, what do you see? Most recent breakout on daily. This is the very recent breakout. This guy, and even before that, there was even a bigger one or a clearer one. Downside. So if let's say I do 2 time frame alignments. Now, if daily is bearish to the downside, or let me not say bearish, let me use most recent break. Now, if the most recent breakout to the downside on daily time frame is to the downside, and if we switch to weekly, most recent breakout is to where? To the downside. Now, will you be looking to buy that pair? Will you be looking to buy that pair? No, we are not going to buy that pair. So we just need to look for a sell. Very easy, Abby. Very easy, right? So it's not something difficult. Now you can see that basic market structure is like this. Normally, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, blah, 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 blah. So now, have we been able to apply that basic market structure we've been learning since the beginning of trading? Do you see how we're able to apply it here? Now, let's just leave the 4 hours time frame first. We'll come back to it later. Or let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Now, or let me mark out the daily reaction first. Let me mark out the daily reaction. So probably, so this is where we had the daily reaction. And now, if you come back, so what is the most recent action here? In fact, this guy is the most recent action. This very one is a breakout to the downside. But even before that, we already had a breakout to the downside here as well. So as you can see, daily, 4 hours, and weekly are to the downside, Abby. So when we see this, we know that our alignments don't cook. So will you see this and still expect the market to buy? No. No. So this is one of the checklists you do before you start building bias. It can also be a process of building bias, but I just make sure there is a proper alignment first before I take action. So now it is clear, right? Very clear, Abby. Good one, good one, good one. So now let's return back to, so we've seen how we do a practical application of our basic market structure. So all the basic market structure you've been learning since the day you started trading, they are not waste at all. They are very, very effective when you trade it the right way. So now, when we have our 3 time frame alignments, what is the next action to take? There are a series of ways you can do this. But let's see how we put in our normal bidding or bias and all of that. So when we have a 3 time frame alignment, or even if it's weekly and daily, just look out for the most recent breakout. Now let's do the next step. So what is the next step? Let me make this bold. We build bias. Now, when we say, sorry, what shall I do? Now, when we say bias or storyline, we are basically talking about the same thing. Bias or storyline, it means the same thing. There is no difference. So we build bias or storyline. They are the same thing. Now, how do we do this? Basically, we build bias from higher time frame. Our bias can be on the monthly, on the weekly, or the daily time frame, depending on where you look at your alignment from. So if you do it weekly time frame or daily time frame, or whenever you just see that the market is moving like this on the same time frame, just know that already it is a sell. Now, what bias actually does is that it tells you when price is ready to move. Now, you know that identifying the direction and knowing when price is ready to move, they are not the same thing. No. It's like you going to a bus stop to take a bus. Now, the bus you are going to take, you already know that this is the destination that bus is going to. But when you enter the bus, you still need that bus to get filled before you move, right? Now, when that bus is filled, you know that, okay, it is time to move. This is what bias does. Now, because price is doing multiple time frame alignments, it's just showing you that, okay, this is the direction I'm going. But am I ready to go yet? No. It is the bias that tells you that I'm ready to go. Now, how does the bias does that? Let's say after getting this, we come to the daily time frame. So right here on the daily time frame, we are going to build our bias of storyline from the daily time frame. Now, what we do is that price move from a particular time frame to a particular time frame, which means that if price is coming from a daily time frame, we expect price to reach the next daily time frame. If it's coming from weekly, we expect price to reach the next weekly time frame. So now let's do this as the daily. Let's do this as daily time frame. Now, if you want to be good with this thing, if you want to be very good, this is a secret I'm going to share with you now. A very good secret. You might not know the effectiveness of this until you try it out. Now, build your storyline only on daily and H4. After you don't confirm all this, like weekly bearish, daily bearish, and 4 hours bearish, like they are in the same direction, or just weekly and daily bearish, just focus on daily and 4 hours only. Just forget about other time frame. In fact, I don't even treat lower time frame. most of my entries that you see, they are from daily or 4 hours, but they look like I picked them from the 1 hour or the 1 minute time frame. This is just the secret that I'm going to show you now. Now, let's say we have a pair moving towards this direction. And then price hit the daily key level. Now, when price hits daily key level, on the daily, we have just very few expectations on that daily time frame. The daily time frame has just one job: reject that key level and close below it. Finish. So when price is currently trading above this key level, I'm not interested. But when that price rejects that, when the key level rejects price, and now price is trading below it, good, I'm very much interested. So let me indicate something here. So it means that when I have daily, doing like this, something like this, correctly above it, I don't want to pretend that this time frame will reject it. No, I'm not interested. They go. The only time I'll be interested is when this key level reject it, and now we are trading below it. That is when I'll be interested. So first, I need daily to tap and reject close below. So everything I want from daily is simple. Tap, reject, close below. This is what I want from the daily time frame. I'm done. So when I see it, then I can proceed to the very next time frame, which is the 4 hours time frame. Time frame. I'm teaching you something now. You are telling me that I don't wait for closure. Okay, you know, daily time frame. You want to see a tap, reject, and close below. So when you get a tap, reject, and close below, it means that you can then go to the very next time frame, which is now H4. So it means that if price reaches this very key level today, I need to wait for tomorrow before I take action. Abina. So if price reaches this very level today, I need to wait for tomorrow to take action. So now let me move this on. So the only expectation I need from the daily time frame is just tap, reject, and close below. So I come to the 4 hours. Now, this is where a lot of persons gets confused. So now I come to 4 hours time frame. Now, what do I need to see on a 4 hours time frame? Just one thing: a breakout, the most recent breakout to the downside. Since I'm going for a sell, so after that tap, reject, and close below, I need to see the most recent breakout to the downside. Now, so how do I identify a valid breakout? How do I identify a valid breakout? Now, the way I identify a valid breakout is the last, since I'm going for a sell, the last V shape that price created before price tap into this daily time frame that gave us the rejection. So even if there are multiple daily time frame that tap it now, the one I'm going to pick as the real breakout is, you see the very first one that tap it, the V-shaped key level that was created before price tap into it. So which means that even this week is not going to tap into this key level. I just need a clean tap here, and this A-shaped V-shaped key level form before price tap into this particular key level, and then price comes and closes below it. So immediately price closes below it, your storyline is confirmed. Finish. There is nothing more. Please, can you hear me loud and clear? Just in the case somebody said my voice is breaking. I don't know. Okay, so expectation from the daily time frame is tap, reject, and close. Expectation from the 4 hours time frame is only a breakout. Mark, I usually call it BO. Finish, you are done. When you get this, storyline has been confirmed, because that most recent breakout you are seeing on daily time frame, that on this alignment, it is this H4 breakout that now validates it that, okay, yes, price is now ready to move. Remember that the basic market structure is only telling us the direction. But when we get this daily reject daily and this 4 hours breakout, it tells us that on the daily time frame, price is ready to sell. It don't finish. You have no other job to do again. The only thing now that you do is look for entries. But before you look for entries, let me give you some key elements to this breakout, because this buyer something has confused a lot of persons. Let me bring in some clarifications on this. Now, you remember that at the beginning of this, we mentioned about change of character and BOS. So where does this come in place? Now, there are some situations whereby you see this same candle that caused this last V shape now, the same candle that caused this last V shape will be the same candle that also tap this very key level. Have you seen scenario like that? Have you seen scenario like that? Whereby this very V-shaped key level that I want to break now is the same candle that created it, the same candle that is also rejecting off this very key level. Now, let's just do it like this. Let's just say this is the same candle that created, this is the same candle that created this V-shaped key level. So, but it is the same candle that also do a rejection from here. So now it means that if we are to go by that, this place will now be the breakout, because this one is now the true last V shape that was created before price tap into this. Abi? Am I correct? Very good. So in that case, this very guy becomes your change of character. This one becomes the true BOS. Now, going back to what we started with, what does this change of character means? You waiting, I don't write. CHOCH. Now, going to what we started with, this change of character simply means that price is most likely going to change direction. So at this point, there is no breakout yet. It is just a change of, like, there is no true breakout yet. It is just a possible change in direction that is coming. So it is when we break this that, yes, price has changed direction. Now, does that mean that we don't trade change of character? We do, because even if you go to SMC people, they trade this change of character. They tell you that change of character is just an indication that price is going to go down. So sometimes this BOS now will be far. It will be far. So this BOS will be far. Then what you normally do is that if you see a sell, whatever sell you see, please, can somebody remove this guy that is spamming? So whatever sell you see, you know that it is going to go like this, and then your take profit will now be where this BOS is. So your take profit will now be where this BOS is. The reason is because this change of character is just an indication that price is most likely going to change. But where true BOS comes in is where there is the last V shape that was created before price capital. So when we get this guy now, it means that price has changed in direction. But this very first one is a possible change in direction of the market. Is it clear? Is it clear? Now, so what just happened here? What just happened here is the reason why sometimes price will be moving your direction and suddenly price will reverse back and then you hit stop loss. It's because there is no true BOS yet. It is just a change of character, indicating that there is a possible change in direction. Now, let me try to go to the chart. If I will see what I'm trying to explain to you now, let me see if it is there. Let me see. Let me remove this here. So now let's go to good. So we had daily rejecting from this daily open close key level. So we had daily rejection from there. And then if we go into 4 hours, perfect. Now, so this guy right here now is the last V-shaped key level that was created before price tapped into this daily rejection, right? So it's the last one created. So now, but what did you notice? It is also the same candle.
Okay.
It is also the same candle that created it, that created this V-shape that also tapped into the daily rejection. So what it means is that you see this breakout we get here now. We see this breakout here. It means that this guy is not a true breakout. It is just a change of character. Now, where the true breakout is the moment we close below this guy. Now,
I never have seen more worker.
please, can you mute your mic? Agbons, please, can you mute your mic? So, as you can see, this very first guy now is not really, is not the true BOS. It is the change of character, even if we close below it. Now, what did you see? You see that after that closure, where the price rejected off, where this true breaker at it. And as you can see, if maybe you are this person that used to mark this as a breakout and you want to trade it, so maybe you now do something like this from this breakout level. Probably you do something like this, and then maybe you not cover up to this place. You just use this week. Now you see that price went back, take it out, and then before price started selling. The reason is because at this point there is no true breakout. Daily reject daily and change of character. So this last V shape that did not tap into that daily key level first. Now this is where the breakout comes in. Now after price broke the structure here, did you see the sell that followed? And this is a 4 hours time frame for 1, 2, 3, 4 straight hours. This one is the internal range liquidity if you know what you are doing. But if you look at immediately we got this breakout, the true breakout, then what comes in? Volume. It clear, Abi?
Clear.
You can write on the comment section where disturb the full this thing. So it happens a lot, and this is why I'm giving you clarity on it. It happens a lot. So I hope that when we look at the chart next week, we'll be able to identify these little mistakes. Now, let me give you one more secret. The best kind of trade opportunities, you can go and do a back test on this. If I'm wrong, you will come and tell me. Remember, I said that it is patience that will make you a better trader. So everything we do here is going to be based on patience. Now, you can trade this change of character, fine. If it works for you, fine. You can also wait for price to give you the true breakers. If it works for you, fine. Now, if daily rejects daily, and you get a 4 hours breakout, the best kind of trade presentation comes when we have a daily reject daily today, but no breakout. We only get a rejection, daily reject daily and close. Then tomorrow, we get a 4 hours breakout. That is the best type of trade presentation. These are just my secrets. I expose given us so. So if you have a daily reject daily today, if you really want to trade it the way I trade it, if you have a daily reject daily today, your breakout, the best kind of trade presentation is the one that the breakout comes the next day. Is it clear? You can do a back test of it. So going back to this, so this is simply how you build bias. Identify the trend with multi-time frame alignment. Then you get once they are correct, you just look for daily reject daily yesterday and 4 hours breakout today. Go and back test it. You'll see. So now, this is how we build storyline. You know, pass like this. I'm not joking. You don't need to do a lot. You know, pass like this. I don't want to even. I told you that when price is coming from daily time frame, price will go to the next daily time frame. So if you are selling from daily, if you are coming from daily, the target will be daily. Now, there are some trade that gives a very clear, obvious target, which usually presents itself as external range liquidity and internal range liquidity. I'm not going to touch that part. Another teacher will teach you that part. But when you are learning liquidity part of it, They can be your targets, previous day high, previous day low, Asian high, weekly highs and weekly lows. They are very, very easy to get. Now, the best way to benefit from this bootcamp is trying to separate what you are learning, separate what you are learning, and then at the end of the bootcamp, assemble them together. Assemble them together. Now, it's just like somebody that is giving a car to assemble. He wants to build a car from a scratch. The first thing he does is that he sources for the parts that he wants to use to build that car. Now, this is what the bootcamp is doing for you now. It's giving you part from Fortma, part from me, part from Schofield, and part from Omotayo. Now, when you take these parts home, go home, try to assemble them together, and then build something with it. You cannot trade 100% like me. No, you cannot be like me. You cannot be 100% like Fortman. You can either be less of a trader or you can be more. But when you are able to assemble what you learn from me, what you learn from Fortman, what you learn from Omotayo and Schofield, at the end of the day, when you put all these things together, you apply patience, you should be a better trader. You don't have any excuse. I'm sharing my secret with you. Fortman will share his own with you. Schofield will share his own with you. Omotayo will share his own with you. So at the end of the day, you put them together. Now, going through the comment, yes, with FZ. Now, going through the comment section, people are asking, where do you target? Where do you target? This is why I'm giving you this information now. Where I target is not where you should be focusing on. What I'm teaching you is building your bias. And this all boils down to not being patient. Because if you are patient, you are going to see one of the mentors here are going to teach you how to enter into the trade. Me, I'm just showing you the secrets to building our bias properly. And the informations you take from here, the small informations like waiting for who is this person spamming, please show us the difference between. I'm not showing you the difference between internal and external break. Don't do it here again, please. I just God beg you. Pay attention to what I'm showing you now. It could just be something missing from your trading. Focus on what you are doing now and leave the other ones. Other people will touch those aspects of it. Don't annoy me, please. The little secret ingredients you should be adding to whatever you are doing now is those key words that I said that the only expectations you need from the daily time frame is tap, reject, and close below. And then if you get a daily rejection today, a short breakout tomorrow, then I also showed you how to identify the true breakout. And I know a lot of persons usually get confused with this part. So you that is asking internal break and external break, if you have sense, you should know that this change of character is the internal break and this BOS is the external break. But because you don't think, you just want somebody to just feed you completely. So basically, this is just how I build my bias. It's as simple and it's clear. Now, everything I've explained to you so far, it will take you less than 2-3 minutes to spot them on the chart. So we are taking this much time because I need to explain the logic behind them and all of that. But building bias should not be an issue. First step to building bias or behind the scene of building bias is using multi-time frame to get your structure, basic structure. And now, when you do this, here is where the advanced market structure comes in. When you look at the structure here now, you start seeing that to be presenting something like an advanced market structure. Now, since I made reference to BTC, let us look at BTC. Since I made reference to BTC earlier, let us look at BTC. So BTC USDT. So this was last week. Now, if you do line chart, most recent breakout is here on weekly to the downside, Abby. I saw a lot of people buying BTC earlier, but uh during the week, what can I do? Probably they are seeing something different. So most recent breakout on weekly to the downside. And what do you see on daily? Up or down? To the downside too, Abby. So do you have any reason to buy it? Exactly. It is clear. So you'll be thinking I'm doing magic on the chart. This is just what I'm doing. This is what I'm wasting my time doing on the chart, looking for different pairs that has alignment. So we can build bias when we get something like this, have we? When we see it like this, we can build bias. So now, if you even go to 4 hours, there are a series of breakdown to the downside. But let's look at something. Now, since we know that daily is bearish and weekly is bearish, like I said, we can build bias, have we? So what do you get? Daily did a sweep of previous day high into a daily key level. Remember, we don't come up from that basic market structure now. So where are we now? We are now into the building by active, which is the daily reject daily and so on. So what do you see? Daily rejected off a daily key level after taking off previous day. So what do we do next? So we already have tap, reject, and close here. So what do we do? We already have tap, reject, and close. So what do we do? We'll go to H4. So we want to look for H4 breakout. So this was where the daily rejection came in. This was where the daily rejection came in. Let me put it properly. Yeah. Sorry, I have to make it a bit tiny so that it will fit in. Good. So we had the daily reject daily there, and then 4 hours breaker. So based on what we've learned today, so what is this? Very good. So what is this? We have the change of character. Now, can we trade it? Yes, but it's not the cleanest break we want. So this right here is the kind of clean break we want to see. This was the last V shape in 4 hours before price tap into this. So this is the kind of clean break we want to see. Now, but if we go back to daily. Okay. Yeah, so that is it. So at the end of the day, if you are building from 4 hours and all of that, you probably would catch something that will make you take profit here. Now, daily, reject daily and 4 hours breakout. And what did you see price do? Price just sold off aggressively, Abi, without giving you any opportunity to enter the trade. Is that what happens? Now, if that is what happened, so what does this tell us? Now, it tells us that there are going to be some times where you are going to build a bias. You are going to have a clean storyline, but there will not be opportunity to enter the trades. So it means that sometimes your storyline might be correct, your bias perfect, but there will not be opportunity to enter what? The trades. Now, if you know how to deal with lower time frame a lot, there are a series of opportunities here. But me, I'm telling you that if you follow what I teach, you probably not going to get opportunity to enter from here when you do daily, reject daily, and 4 hours breakout. It is perfectly fine. There is nothing wrong with you. It is normal and all of that. Very good. So that is just how you build your bias, and it is a patience that is going to teach you these things. If you decide to trade this range, probably maybe you are the kind of person that builds his bias from 4 hours time frame. Let's say you do 4 hours, you get 4 hours, and then if you do 4 hours, you get 4 hours. So this will be your 1 hour breakout right here. I beat this one. Say, okay, no, this one is the 1 hour breakout, and then this guy worked perfectly here. 1 hour breakout, and then opportunity to enter here. It presented several opportunity to enter here. Very fine. If it works for you that way, fine. But the way I move, daily get daily 4 hours breakout. If there is no opportunity here, another opportunity will come. I think that was what we saw, or one of which pair earlier. If you're on my Telegram, was it GBPNZE or was it GBPNZE? EUR, yeah, EURNZE. That was what happened with EU. That was what happened with EURNZE. So let me remove. So what do we get here? So they rejected off this guy. They rejected off this. If you go to 4 hours, what do you see? So remember, so this very candle was the candle that tapped into it. So which means this one right here will be the true breakout. So when price gave a breakout, of this very guy, I was waiting for price to retrace back into this place for a sell opportunity, but unfortunately that did not happen. So, but before the trade gets to the take profit level I was watching, which is this guy, before price got to that level, it presented another opportunity again by what? Giving me a most recent breakout to the downside, and then there was an entry model in lower time frame, a reason to sell it. So why did I take it? Because price has not reached the target yet. So opportunity did not present itself here, but here opportunity was presented. It's as simple as that. So there are some times whereby you are going to build bias, you are going to build storyline, you are going to miss out because price is just doing its thing. So you are not wrong. I hope it is very clear. Good and fine. So this is where I'll be signing off today. I've spent over an hour here today. So this is where I'll be signing off. So basically, this is how you build your storyline. This is how you build your bias. But before I go, I'm going to leave you guys with an assignment. I'm not going to mark the assignments. Um, just do it. Just do it. Now, I want you guys to pick out 5 random pairs. Pick out 5 random pairs. Following these steps, that just presented it, that I just showed you now, I want you to build a bias on daily time frame. Now, when I say build a bias on daily time frame, it means that look for alignment first, and then look for daily reject daily and 4 hours breakout. Once you get it, don't trade it, leave it. Now, do it before the market resumes. So by the end of the week, check the 5 pairs and see your win rate. Now, see how many of them went into your direction. If you're able to get 4, or some of you will be able to get 5 that goes into your direction. Now, even if I don't teach you entries, and even if I don't teach you entries, now, even if other mentors do not teach you entry, now, if you do these assignments, you do daily reject daily, and then 4 hours breakout, and you do not trade it, and at the end of the day, let's say you look for 3 trades doing it to the upside and 3 trades doing it to the downside. At the end of the day, we are able to get 2 trades correctly to the upside and 2 trades correctly to the downside, even if I do not teach you entry. And look at where after the breakout happened, look at where price rejected from and where price sold from. Take note of all the candlestick formations you see there on all of them. You are going to discover your own entry model. Are you going to do the assignments? Good one, good one, good one. So if you are going to do it, nice and fine, and I sincerely wish you guys the best. So I'm signing off from here, and I want to thank Fortman for this wonderful opportunity. Fortman, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right. So this is where I draw the curtain for today. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, everybody. I mean, those of us that are on Zoom, those of us that are also on YouTube, drop some W's in the chat and say thank you. W's Kelvin King in the chat. W's Kelvin King, and let's appreciate him for tonight. I mean, this is, it feels like a paid masterclass. It feels like a paid masterclass. Come on, W's, and say thank you so much, sir. I mean, if you are joining from Zoom, I mean, I think the feedback on Zoom is even faster. All right. I want us to say W's in the chat. Let us uh, express some level of gratitude. All right. Yeah, by now you should know that, I mean, we're people that, everybody, if you've been joining my live stream, you should know by now that we're people that we love to appreciate and honor people that, are constantly investing in us, um, one way or the other. People who are not ever, who would never ever hold back. They are always pouring out, all right, because they want us to be better traders, all right. So a big shout out to big boss Kelvin King, all right. Most especially Kelvin King, and to each and every one of us. See, one of the things that is said, because I personally I was actively paying attention as well. All right, with over 800 people on YouTube, I was paying attention, and one of the things he said from the beginning that is that SLK is built on patience. All right, the moment you know this, and don't forget what we said yesterday, you know what we said. There are 3 things you need to keep to yourself. It's a core principle. Number one is finding an edge. Number two is repeating the thought process of that edge. And number three is increase risk. Now, we're going to end on this note. All right. Kelvin King has shared with us, poured into us. See, let me tell you the beautiful thing about today's session is that I love to listen to Kelvin King teach. For people that are in I love to listen to Kelvin King. All right. I love to listen to him teach. I love to listen to him teach all the time. I mean, it's always an honor to always hear him speak. I mean, he's very calm, straight to the point, and it brings simplicity all the time. All right. And never forget, simplicity is what bets clarity. All right. Clarity comes with simplicity. I promise you, this is what you need. All right. And then tomorrow is going to be the day three of the boot camp. But I want to say this, like I said, all right. He gave us an assignment. All right. Please listen carefully. Like we said, we are going to be picking winners for all the accounts that our partners and sponsors has given to us. We are going to be picking based on active participation. So, in fact, one of the active participation is based on the assignments that he has given from today's session. All right. We are going to be looking through all our social media on, I think I saw some people tagging me on TikTok, TikTok, what else on Twitter, on Instagram, on WhatsApp. I've been seeing a lot of tags and all of those things. So I want you all to ensure that you do the assignment, all right, and put it out there. Don't just do the assignment because you want us to pick you for the giveaway. I want you to also do the assignment because it will help you to actually grow. All right. Once again, thank you so much, Kelvin King, for tonight's session. I mean, this was really a remarkable one. A really, really a remarkable one. One of the best. And let me tell you guys, see, the one of the best person that can teach you how to build bias and storyline is Kelvin King. All right. So shout out to you, Kelvin King. We really appreciate the time you've shared with us. And most importantly, want to say a big shout out to every of our sponsor that has sponsored this particular bootcamp. Once again, W's for GFT, W's for Blueberry, W's for Equity Edge, and W's for MEC Funded. We really want to give a big shout out for them to each and every one of those firms for supporting us. All right. I mean, and supporting this wonderful vision that comes up once in a year. All right. Thank you all for joining tonight. Make sure you look good to church tomorrow. And if you're not going to church, make sure you stream from home regardless. And don't forget to give your offering. All right. So let's all have a wonderful night rest. And after church tomorrow, relax and rest as much as possible. Do you know that even with the knowledge you are going to get from, even with the knowledge you've gotten from yesterday, today, and the one you are going to get tomorrow night, all right, can even prepare you to have an amazing trading week in the coming trading week. All right. But regardless, let's all have a wonderful night rest. All right. And happy Sunday to you all. Once again, my name is Fortman and I approve of this teaching. Good night, everybody. All right. So don't forget, take a screenshot and tag us. Use the hashtag Final Quest Bootcamp. Use the hashtag SLK. All right. We're going to be reposting as much as possible and we are on the lookout. Good night, everybody.